You're right. Trying is the wrong thing. You should never try. Authenticity.
Try.
Authenticity is
Right.
the only thing people notice or care about.
Exactly. And sometimes
All right.
just being a weird little guy is my authentic self.
I do prefer you as a weird little guy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. Same.
What's your quote?
There's not one.
What?
No, it's just ginger turmeric herbal tea from Trader Joe's.
Oh.
Organic.
Well, then I guess we just gotta start it. How's your day?
It's a good day. It was a productive day. It was full of just a lot of little projects that I had been putting off that I said, not today projects.
Not today. You're not
Well,
gonna
actually,
win.
it was more so like today projects.
Today projects, but you're not gonna win. and
Project
defeat me.
Satan.
Project Satan. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was good.
I was talking to my client today. He's trying to get back into working out. At one point, he was like 300 pounds, and now he's like 180.
Oh, wow.
But he
How
wants.
long was the...
I don't know the whole process
Yeah.
there, but he was like, I really want to maybe hire a trainer, and I was like, the accountability
Helps.
helps
Yeah.
a ton. I was like, now myself, I'm a master of negative self-talk.
Okay.
I just
Oh, yes.
I lie in bed and I'm like,
You piece of shit.
are you going to be a little bitch today?
Yeah.
Are you going to be a loser? Everyone thinks you're a loser. You're always going to be a loser
so
unless you get up
funny.
right now. Yeah, it's almost schizophrenic. I have a voice and it's very loud.
That's
But
so
then
funny.
you hit the gym and
Yeah.
it shuts up.
Yeah, good.
Then I feel good. I'm like, you know what? I win.
What other things do you kind of talk to yourself like that?
Oh my,
Just
well,
anything that you have
everybody
to do.
procrastinates. I think creatives like to think that they're the best at procrastinating.
Of course they do. Anybody who is a pretty bad procrastinator will say it is their superpower.
Yeah.
We were talking to some friends the other night, and she's gone back to school, or she's like taking some classes or something, and just mentioned that she had a lot of homework, and I can't remember. I think a lot of it is almost self-taught, whatever course she's taking. Whatever it is, it just has to be done by a certain time.
There's not weekly updates. It's just this
I think it's
done.
amount of projects that have to be done in
Yeah.
this semester. So really, everything just has to be done by May. And I think I asked, is that better or worse for you? And she was like, well, I'm a procrastinator. So like, I'll do it at the last minute, but I'll get it done. It'll be great.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody thinks that.
Right.
It's not true.
We used to wait in college. All the artists, you waited
yeah.
until the last
The only-
possible second.
Yes, it's so hard because procrastination you can lock in really well because you just know you have to do it. But I do feel like you're just limiting yourself.
It's always bad.
I think I err on the side of not.
Everybody
maybe.
like all of the high performers. I mean, Stephen King is the perfect example.
Yeah.
Where it doesn't matter what you write. You just need to show up every day. And eventually, once you start doing that,
It'll write itself,
it
basically.
ends up being good. You
Yeah.
just suddenly get better at tapping. People like to call it the muse. What's that? The war of art. But it's like the more you consistently do it, then the easier and better. And a lot of artists think like, oh, well, I have to wait for the inspiration to come.
Oh, right.
But
good luck.
it won't, and you'll actually get a subpar product.
Yeah.
Whereas if you were to just
Start doing.
dedicate that hour a day, to it, like absolutely everything else.
Well, it evolves.
Yeah.
It actually turns into the thing
But
you
then
thought you were waiting for.
But it gets easier.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I just can't think of any ideas. I'm going to go do this other thing instead. Whereas if you consistently show up. No, procrastination, pretty much universally bad.
But like, why? When did we start doing that?
I think
just when
well,
we had time
we riffed
to
on
wait
it.
or
we
something?
riffed on it before, but I think if you don't do it, then you can't fail. That's like a big
I guess there's
part
that,
of
but
it.
procrastination is different because you have to do it. Ultimately, like there's either, if you don't do something because you're scared of failure, you're not procrastinating anything, you're just not doing it.
Yeah.
Procrastination ultimately is because you did have to still do
But then
the
also
thing.
like, what a great excuse. You're like, I waited till the last minute and that's why it's bad. Now you have like,
Yeah, but that's a shitty excuse because then now you're actually tapping into what your character's like.
yeah, I think I agree 100%.
I think we're in agreement here
Yeah.
that procrastination at its core is pretty bad.
Yes, in
Does
general,
not yield
it
the
is.
right result, the best results.
Almost always.
Almost always. Yeah. But Anyway, I didn't procrastinate today. That was a good
Well-
thing about today. That was actually why I had a good day.
Not today.
Because I don't know, I think I just maybe finally caught up on some sleep and started the day with my reading and my running and a great breakfast. I fed some cats,
Yeah.
our friend's cats. I didn't just randomly
Well, we've
feed
had
cats.
such an inconsistent schedule.
Yeah, but no, I got to work today, and it was just like I had some things I had to do right away, which is always a good thing. It's like these things just have to get done, start doing it, and then I just really didn't allow myself the minute one thing was done to look at Instagram or
Right.
think about something. I was like, no, just plow into the next thing. And by golly, I got a lot of stuff done, and the day flew by.
Have you
It
ever
was
thought
great.
about any of those limiting screen time apps or anything, or like?
So I don't want to become reliant on things. And that, I really haven't thought about those for myself.
Yeah.
I'm fully aware of them. Because I don't want someone to have to tell me when, and it's not even a thing like, oh, you can't do this now. It's like, I want to be able to do that on my own. And I proved to myself today that I can do that. So I'm like,
Yeah,
fuck it,
absolutely.
it's fine. And I have to be on my phone
It's part of
a
the job.
lot for work stuff. So it would just piss me off if it were saying, oh, you've been looking at your phone for this. And I was like, well, that's because I'm learning how to make reels and I had to make a reel for work. Fuck you. That would just drive me crazy.
Yeah, I think there's different ones, but you can set it to like only these times of the day.
Yeah, but you know what's funny is I look at it the majority of the time in the middle, like during the workday, but like intermixed in just working. I don't doom scroll at night.
I just saw a thing
I
where
don't
it
look
was
at it
like
at all in the morning.
I believe it was Peter Thiel, maybe. There's just a funny thing where a lot of people in tech, billionaires, these like high net worth people, they limit their children to less than an hour
Yeah.
of screen time a week.
Cool.
And it's funny because a lot of them are behind pushing the products that keep you.
Oh yeah, well yeah, it's
On
always
screens all the
yeah, it's
time.
the people who exactly,
they're-
and they're like, well, no, we're not doing it for our kids, but you go ahead, you'll be fine.
Well, even I think everybody now is aware.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
of my clients mention it, especially right now. They're like, yeah, we know it's bad.
Yeah.
We know it's pretty much universally bad, that depression, anxiety,
yeah,
the
when
constant
your
news
brain's still
cycle.
forming.
I think even for
sure.
adults,
Yeah,
that if you can like see there's, cartels in Mexico are taking over cities and the largest U.S. military
so you
buildup
just
in
really have
Iran
to
and-
curate your feed to only lovely things. I will say
Only
my
puppies
Instagram is horses and like
My Instagram's good.
really pretty fashion and like beautiful homes.
Yeah.
And that when I go there, I'm going there because it's like, let's escape for a minute. Let's see what, these rehab people are doing on this old chateau, or, oh, look, it's someone doing something really cool on a horse. Like,
Right.
it genuinely is an escape. And most of it is something that I can't compare myself to. It's just a world that I'm not in. That was all by accident. I didn't intend for that, but I think it was a very happy accident. I think it was maybe subconsciously intentional or something, but I totally understand what you're saying, that a lot of people, you're just getting all the shit of the world or completely unattainable things that you think it's not even worth the conversation,
Yeah.
honestly, right now. But yeah, I had a really good day.
Great. That's good to hear.
Well, and then I got to come home and play some rock and roll, so that was cool.
I was thinking about the snowstorm in the East
The
Coast.
East Coast, yeah.
Just what we just saw, 27 inches in like New York or something.
Yeah.
And
Thank
how
you.
we were this time last week
Yeah.
at George Washington's home
Yeah.
on
Which,
President's Day.
DC actually is not getting like any of the snow. Like they called for it and they
Yeah.
only have like flurries essentially.
Oh, okay, I did
yeah,
not-
DC's okay.
Okay.
I think everything north of DC is pretty fucked right
Yeah.
now. But yeah, plow in, Mr. Washington.
Well, we kept over and over, there was a bunch of like serendipitous moments, Mount Vernon being one of them. So
I mean, I think didn't really touch on it, but we have been talking about going to DC for at least 6 or 7 years at this
Yeah.
point. Both of us have been there before, but it had been a very long time. And DC just kept coming up in conversation. I mean, every couple of months, someone would say they were going to DC just for fun.
Right.
They went to this restaurant in DC and it was amazing. they're moving to DC because they really want to live in DC. And DC had just never really been a city on my radar to want to go visit. Obviously, the history and all the monuments and the museums, I'm fully aware of that. Otherwise, I was like, cool, whatever, it's DC. And then we started hearing all these interesting things. And we were like, fuck it, maybe we should look into going to DC. And then finally just kind of pulled the trigger, bought plane tickets, which is the best way to ensure you will go on a trip is buy a non-refundable plane ticket.
Yeah, you have to
and
go.
pray that the weather works out.
Burn the boats.
And burn the boats. And it totally worked out. And I think
absolutely
it was,
did.
you know, obviously partially a birthday trip.
Right.
And you, Mr. Presidential biography.
I do love
it was
a good
really,
presidential biography.
it was a. I was blown away the entire time.
Same. No,
really,
over and over.
Really
well,
enjoyed it.
I think you had a good quote sort of near the end where you're like, the whole city's a museum. Mm-hmm. You know, and I think was a very accurate description where it was every inch, even, you know, we
in the obvious areas.
But even we went to breakfast, and on the walk back, we sort of like found the Postal Museum.
Right.
You know, which was a sleeper museum, unexpected, and it was awesome.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Well, America's not that old.
Yeah.
And
well, 250, baby.
250, which is great. And so, I don't really know my point on this, but the past still feels very or just like you can really still grasp onto it here. Sometimes when you visit way older places, it just doesn't even feel like the same place for so many reasons. But I mean, the Postal Museum is a great example of it really walked you through how the United States Postal Service came to be. There wasn't anything, and then how it built upon itself. And maybe just because it was only, what year did it technically?
Way later.
Yeah, way later. I was going to say, it's not even 250 years old.
Ben Franklin was the first postmaster.
Right.
But what we think of, stamps didn't start until the 1800s.
Yeah.
It was like 1820 or something.
So I guess all that to say, it's really easy to look back on the history or even to be around some of these buildings, and you can almost picture it a little bit better because it's not so old. But it's also just incredible to think that there wasn't any of it.
Yeah.
And then there was. And so it was, I don't know, I left very inspired.
Same.
I really did. I felt like, they are the real legitimate museums. They are the real legitimate, monuments. It's not replicas of anything. These are the ones that you read about, you learn about. And I think DC's still has maintained sort of I don't know. I think a lot of people think that DC right now is just right and left. Mm-hmm. And I didn't feel that once the entire time we were in the city. It was so nuanced. It really felt like if you are here, you're here to understand our history as a country, what it took to get here, the values we place in all of that, and to hopefully keep it going.
Yeah.
And every single thing we saw, everything from the archives, standing there in front of the Declaration of Independence.
It's crazy.
And the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, which you can't even read anymore.
Yeah.
But
I thought they did a great job because they had here's the Louisiana Purchase, but here's also the Indian Removal Act of 1820.
Oh, absolutely. The archives, incredible. The National Gallery, incredible. Portrait Gallery, incredible.
But
Natural
I think what
History
you're
Museum,
saying is
incredible.
that they showed the scars, they showed the bad with the good, and I think when you see 250 years laid out in such a beautiful way, there's ugly moments, obviously, which people like to dwell on, but there's so many beautiful moments over and over and over.
We only read the one bad review. We don't pay attention to the 1,000 positive
But I left
ones.
very optimistic as well.
Yeah.
That I thought they did such a good job of not straying away from the ugly parts, but showing that made it be like, wow, we've overcome it over and over and over and over. And so you see this American, what is it to be American? Well, you're you are striving for a better union, a better person, a better humanity.
Yeah,
and
we haven't
from the
peaked.
get-go, they wanted, the founding fathers had this dream, this idea, and they weren't that, but they were
Right.
striving for it.
Right.
And I think that's what this whole experiment, everyone,
Yeah.
everywhere we went, they kept calling it the Great Experiment.
But you're like, it absolutely is.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So it hit home. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe even just halfway through the trip, you turned to me and you were like, if anybody is feeling doubtful about our country,
I don't go to
or-
DC.
Just go to DC.
Yeah.
Right now, go to DC.
And so many people have now I'm so like positive about it. I'm like, no, you don't understand. But people were like, everything's just going to be so conservative when you're there. And I'm like, it wasn't at all. It was
One,
actually,
also DC, historically a very liberal city.
it's a very liberal city. And so like the energy was so, yeah.
I think it felt real.
I think it felt real.
Yeah.
Yeah, not what I was expecting, better in every possible way. We also nailed the weather, so that was great.
Nailed the
right
weather,
between,
nailed a lot
yeah.
of the timing. Yeah,
Yeah.
we were pretty lucky.
Well, there were multiple times when I thought you had planned something special,
Yeah.
but it just happened.
No, it just happened. Oh yeah, the changing of the guard at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. That would just.
The Revolutionary War reenactment. Oh, do you want to learn how the Revolutionary War soldiers, like how they functioned in battle? Well,
Yeah.
all right, a bunch
How did
of
they march? How
bunch
did they
of reenactors
what were
at
formations?
George Washington's homestead.
I will say, yeah. I mean, so we had planned to go to Mount Vernon on President's Day. One, because the timing just worked out with
Yeah.
the other things we had planned. Two, President's Day seems like a fitting thing. Three, it was free, which
Yeah.
was really nice.
Well, it's his birthday. That's
Yeah,
what we're
exactly.
celebrating, right?
But yeah, to get there, I mean, we could have gone at any time of the day,
Mm-hmm.
but we chose to go around like 9:30, get there around 10, and completely unbeknownst to us, the entire ceremony of the day was happening
10:30.
at 10:30.
Yep.
And yeah, all these Revolutionary War, it was the old guards
Mm-hmm.
who participated in Revolutionary Guard uniforms. And there's a cannon.
There was a cannon.
There was a cannon, but just some really amazing speeches. It was like the lady, or the head of the Ladies of the Mount Vernon Society,
Which
and
they
the CEO
saved the home.
yeah,
So it
it's
was like-
being fully restored right now.
Yeah. But it was
Just
specifically a group of women who saved George Washington's house.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's incredible. I highly recommend visiting it, and it sits atop a hill.
Oh, it's
Mount
beautiful,
Vernon,
yeah.
overlooking the Potomac. Pretty amazing, and his tomb is there. So you
Right.
can go look at, which is where he wanted to be buried,
Mm-hmm.
which was crazy when we went to Arlington Cemetery that same day. And I always just assumed that like most presidents, most very, prominent political figures were buried in Arlington Cemetery. Wrong.
There's only
Completely
two.
wrong.
Only
and,
two.
And when you actually think about it, it makes sense. For most of these people, this was a job.
Right.
This was not their home. This was not, but yeah, two presidents, JFK and WHT.
William Howard
William
Taft.
Howard Taft.
But yeah, I think you and I were a little salty that there wasn't as much pomp for Taft.
None. Poor guy. My God.
Well, and people always think about Taft, one-term president, but he was Chief Justice
I
of the
know.
Supreme Court for
I
many,
know.
many years.
I know.
Like after the presidency, he presided over the court. I'm like, he was
Arguably a bigger job.
yeah, it's a bunch of laws we still use today are like stuff that he presided
No,
over.
it was cool to walk over there and honestly be alone over there, fellow
Yeah.
Ohioans.
'Cause nobody cares
Nobody
about Taft.
cares. It was so
Even though
sad.
everybody, when we did the Capitol tour, they were talking about, well, you don't want to be here when the cherry blossoms are here, in April, because that's when it's the most crowded, the most
Right.
crowded time, which,
Who brought the goddamn cherry blossoms?
well, Helen Taft. It was William Howard Taft's wife.
Yeah.
So I'm like, y'all,
Oh, everywhere we went, there was an Ohio connection.
well, absolutely, every
historically
single.
and modern day,
You
Ohio
could be
connections
at, yeah,
everywhere.
any painting, any statue would be like, oh, there's another one. Mm-hmm. We were big in the Civil War. That's, I think, a huge part of it, obviously.
Yeah, that perfect middle ground.
Yeah.
Where it was like crossover. Yeah. Did you have a favorite monument, statue, memorial? One that, like, I guess maybe when you walked up to it, it really felt impactful.
Well, I think
or-
we both really commented on the Jefferson,
Yeah.
which was pretty wild.
Maybe I was just in.
I
you know,
didn't- I
that
didn't-
was day one, and we got up at 4 a.m.
It's also kind of out of the way.
Yeah, it
as
was
far
just a
as
little
the
bit quieter.
monuments.
I don't know if the sun was shining on it perfectly, but I think we had already seen the Washington Monument, had kind of seen all the obvious things around there. And then we walked all the way around over to the Jefferson, and I got this like weird calm. I don't know. I got a feeling more so than any of the other ones.
It's really, I
ended up
think,
visiting.
and I had mentioned, I think the Lincoln would have been equally as epic, but there was like weird scaffolding.
Yeah,
and it was
they're
so
restoring the
insanely
steps,
crowded
yeah.
that you couldn't really like have the moment with it,
Right.
to appreciate it. Whereas the Jefferson, we could, and it was
Yeah.
like way more monolithic. It was just more powerful than
Yeah.
I could have possibly imagined, and it has the most baller quote,
The quote,
which is
do you
like,
remember it?
I'm gonna butcher it, but it's like, I've sworn to God to be the enemy of those who would be the tyranny of the minds of man. It's just like so intense.
It's epic. You're like,
and it's like
wait,
4 foot tall.
Why is that not on everything?
And it's just like so intense, and it wraps the full
I think that's what
rotunda.
it was. Had the quote not been there, I don't think it would have had the impact that it did. But reading that quote, standing there, and it circles the entire thing, so you have to look around the entire thing to read it.
It was a little slushy that first day. The FDR
I was
monument
gonna say, that was
is really fascinating, and I
cool.
would like to go back and like have time to explore it more, because the way it's laid out is really fascinating. It really tells this interesting story. The MLK is cool. I don't know. They're all
really cool.
They're all really cool.
When I asked that question, I was like, I don't know if I have an answer, to be honest.
The Vietnam, I like felt weird. Like I was like, why am I like?
You were like on the verge of tears at that
I don't know
one.
why. Yeah.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I remember you said that, and I mean, obviously they're all moving. They all do resonate to an
We didn't really
extent.
see Grant's until the last day, and I was like, his is kind of just like badass.
It's so badass.
It's
yeah.
just like warriors on the side.
He feels like he's protecting us.
He's protecting the Capitol.
He's protecting the
And there's all the
goddamn
fucking
Capitol.
lions and shit, and you're just like, well, yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's so cool. Oh yeah.
There's a solid Ben Franklin statue in front of the old post office, which is dope.
Yep. Like I said, everywhere you look.
Yeah.
It's something. It's so cool, and it does make me happy that we were there. It's not really the start of tourist season, but plenty of tourists, plenty of international tourists, and it made me feel proud, and it made me feel like they're seeing this, and I hope they're taking away the same things that
I think
with its
if
different
people are not
viewpoint.
aware, like, yeah, dining is slightly more expensive there, but most of the museums are free.
Totally.
So almost all the Smithsonian's are free, most of them you don't even need to like sign up for a time.
Yeah.
So I think it makes it a very affordable trip
Yeah.
for a lot of people
Yeah,
too, which I like that.
We made it expensive because we bought out every night.
Oh, for
every
sure.
meal, we were like, we're gonna eat so well. On
But
this
it's also
trip.
like, we would do 3 museums in a day, and then some of them we were like, let's go back, and you just
I mean,
can't.
I think we went to the National Gallery 3 different times.
Yeah, and it's like
awesome.
there was just
Yeah, and you can just. I mean, one day I think it was when we were coming home from Arlington Cemetery. It was like a little after 4 maybe, and we were like, well, we're not gonna go to dinner yet. We don't want to just go back to the hotel room. Just go wander around the National Gallery for a minute. And so many people, they have their little cafes. There's just seating areas everywhere. People are just posted up working, doing schoolwork, and I'm like, what an inspiring place to work on something.
I think people know that the museums are impressive.
Yeah.
And most people I always hear like Air and Space, which is great, and Natural History, which was fun.
Yeah.
But it's like, no one's like, oh yeah, well, there's a shit ton of Rembrandts.
Yeah, right.
Like the only Leonardo da Vinci in America.
Right.
It's like, wait, that shit's there?
Yeah.
Like, why are we not like freaking the fuck out? Degas, only the sculptures.
The sculptures, they were so cool.
Nobody knew about. They don't exist anywhere else.
I thought you were going to lose your mind when you realized you're like, there's fucking Degas. And you're like, these are all Degas. Like,
well,
what?
It's like, because it was a thing that he had like done without like secretly,
Yeah.
And, yeah.
And
they're great.
The exhibit of all the presidential portraits.
That was very impressive.
That was really cool.
All of them. And that'll be up for the year. That's for America 250.
Oh, good. Cool.
They were missing Truman.
Where did we ever figure out?
Not resolved. So we were like specific. We went through and we're like, these are incredible. And
well, they have them all numbered.
They have them numbered.
You actually walk through the exhibit by the number.
Chronologically.
Yeah, chronologically.
Yeah, and didn't know Norman Rockwell did Nixon. I thought that was like such a cool thing.
That pool is so tiny. Which is so weird.
Which is so weird because Rockwell, when you look at his other paintings, they're gigantic, and then they got downsized.
Yeah, that was really cool.
So like there were a lot, and then you're like, wait, where's Truman? And I don't know. I've not looked it up
and
yet.
it jumped from like 36 to 38, or I can't.
He was 33, I think.
He was 33. Okay.
Yeah.
But like the number is
Just not
It's
there.
not there.
It's just not there.
Just
So I
not
don't know
there.
if like it got destroyed or lost or something.
or is it on exhibit somewhere
Somewhere
else,
else, yeah.
or
His
just
life-
private? I don't know.
I
It
don't
just
know.
seemed very. It's like
Why would you have every
somehow
other-
had everybody else.
Well, like they had, the Kahinde, Obama's,
Yeah.
and yeah.
which is cool. I wasn't sure I was
Chuck
ever going to see
Close,
that.
The Bill Clinton one's super funky, and
yeah.
yeah. What?
Just thinking about the Trump one.
Well,
Which
it's
is
just a photograph.
But it's the one on the desk.
Oh, I
like-
know, I know.
Although Biden's was a photograph as well.
It was. I feel like Trump threw out his painting because he said it made him like look fat or something. There was like some scuttlebutt.
Ay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't look as impressive as the paintings, I will say.
No, not at all.
So, maybe commission another one.
Yeah. Do you remember I said if I'm president, I would do my own?
Well, you said, I bet no president has done a self-portrait.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And I'm
And
like,
I was like, so is that your official notice?
just so you guys know, I'll be running for office. Yeah. 28.
2028?
Oh yeah, I'm just starting right now.
We're just going. I need to get some power suits.
Yeah.
Let's go. Our neighbors are the Ohio Democratic Party.
That's right.
So you're knocking.
Yeah. Hey guys.
Got to start somewhere, right?
That's right. Listen, Sherrod Brown's not doing it.
That's hilarious. I was like 2040 maybe
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
looking at.
No. Let's get it
2028.
going.
Oh, we're already into 26. Okay.
I'll start my portrait now. I'll preemptively.
You'll start gritting it off right now. Like people will come into your studio like, Matt, what are you working on? Nothing. Just a new piece.
Yeah, just working on a new
Like,
painting.
Matt, that's really starting to look like you.
You in a suit. Like
Wait,
what?
Matt,
Well,
what
is
is
there
this
an
quote? Yeah.
The tyranny
Wait,
against
is
the
that
mind?
is that Grant over
Over
your shoulder?
like a ghost. Like his hand's on my shoulder. It's Ulysses S. Grant. His hand is on my shoulder. Maybe.
You guys didn't go to the same high school.
We went to this for 1 year.
for 1 year.
Yeah. Well, there was
Right?
not a crossover. There was not a crossover.
This is also when Matt admits that he's a vampire.
Yeah, yeah,
and has
just
been
so you guys
alive for
know.
200 years.
Yeah,
and Anyway.
Yeah, he
well,
did. He lived in Georgetown, which is the town I was born in,
Uh-huh.
and he went to my high school. At the time, it wasn't called that, but
Yeah.
if anyone knows, the Reverend John Rankin,
Yeah.
who was like a major abolitionist and very famous.
Part of
and,
the Underground Railroad.
Mhm. And Uncle Tom's Cabin, it's where she crosses the river, is my hometown,
Yeah.
and it's to Reverend John Rankin's house. He tutored Grant.
Yeah.
And so
Isn't
there's
that crazy?
Oh, it's the most insane
It's
shit.
so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
It's so cool. It just happens to
Both
be my
times
town.
we've gone up to the Rankin House, which sits atop the hill, looks out over the Ohio River, over to Kentucky, because it is a museum,
It is.
but it's been
It's been
closed,
closed.
and no one's been up there.
Yeah.
And like, of course, I want to go in and I want to see because they've now built just a modern building
Yeah,
that
there's
has
like
all
a little
the
gift shop and
information.
stuff,
But to be up there alone, it's really
It's cool.
I'm
When
like,
you
I don't know if I
imagine-
want to be up there with other people.
Yeah, you imagine what it would have been like trying to get
Oh.
up there, and yeah.
Did you ever do like Camp Joy or any of those things? Yeah, in fifth grade, the fifth grade class went to Camp Joy, and
Right.
it's at some camp thing in Ohio. But they did an Underground Railroad reenactment, and so they would give you kind of separate into groups, and then they would give you a role, and some groups ended up to freedom, some were captured, and you'd have to get under floorboards, and you'd have to run. It was crazy, but so it was funny because you're in fifth grade, so you're always going to have the people who get overly dramatic just
Right.
for the drama. So I remember these group of girls started crying immediately, and everyone's I'm like, you guys, it's not real. I mean, yes, sure, if it's really evoking those emotions, as it could, I suppose. It was hard to believe that they were really terrified like that, but anyway, they did a really good job, I will
Yeah.
say. It was pretty interesting. But yeah, being up at the Rankin House I definitely recommend going up. Oprah went up there, right?
Yep. Did a special there 1 year, just talking about like prominent abolitionists in the Underground
Yeah.
Railroad, and did a thing in our town. But DC, thank you. Thanks for
I loved it. Thank you.
organizing it, making it happen.
Honestly, I booked some flights and a hotel. Otherwise, I think it was, I don't know,
Well,
good vibes.
good vibes. A big thing that we were talking about too is, you know, we land, we drop our bags, we had our eyes set. You know, we got there at like 8 a.m. We were like, all right, we're going to do breakfast at this specific place.
Yeah.
We're going to do
I was
breakfast.
hyped for it too.
We were hyped
Found
for it. We looked
like,
it up.
This is going to be the
It looked
best way
great.
to start.
Great reviews. We get there, permanently closed.
Or some bullshit.
Yeah,
like,
it was
no
like
signage,
but on their
no
social
forewarning.
media did not post it, did
Google,
not change on
nothing,
Google.
yeah.
But it was just like closed. And we're like, well, that sucks. Try another restaurant.
Closed.
And so, I think had we not had the right attitude,
Yeah.
that would have like immediately been like a bummer, and we would have been like pissed off. But instead, we're like, fuck it, let's adventure.
Yeah.
And we ended up eating right next to the White House.
Yeah. And that happens so many times, and
That's what I'm getting at, that-
I think we're both very grateful to one another that
Okay.
so many times things could have
Let's roll
derailed
with it.
the plan or just whatever situation we were in, but we really tried to keep an open,
I
let's
think
roll
it's
with it
easy.
mindset, and most of the time it ended up better, or I guess we don't know the alternative, so
Right.
it ended up great.
It's easy, like people tend to be like these, like for you guys, these things always work out, or
Yeah, anytime we relayed just, stories from a trip or something.
right. And I'm like, well, it works out because our mindset is that it works out.
Yeah.
You know, our mindset is
if
like,
you really want to know the nitty gritty, there were plenty of moments that quote unquote did not work
yeah,
out, but that
the
doesn't mean
timing
that
was
it
off.
didn't work
Like
out.
we couldn't do this thing. You know, we had to cut one of our plans, or like,
Yeah.
you know, there was confusion. But it's like you just roll with it, and you have a positive attitude. And when you end up in a different situation, you're like, okay, where's the opportunity here?
Totally.
And as long as you're willing to be open to the universe and let it, like, be like, okay, now where are we at? Where are we going to
Take
go?
you here, yeah.
And if you listen to that and you allow it to happen, then yeah, things do tend to work out because you're not dwelling on the thing that did not work out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
And that was like over and over.
Yep. It was great. And so easy, the travel was really good.
Super easy. Yeah, we flew in and out, 45-minute flight.
Fantastic.
The airport's super close. Flew into Reagan.
Yeah.
10-minute Uber, if even that.
Anyway, Tourism DC, if you need
Yeah, hit us
a
up.
spokesperson,
us
we're
up.
right here.
Tag them. When you post this, tag them.
Right. To change the subject, not that I didn't enjoy talking about that, but yesterday I was doing some work at home, and yesterday just ended up being kind of a shitty, snowy day that I think nobody was really expecting.
Unexpected, yeah.
Just a constant
All day.
snow, like a kind of a blustery,
Mm-hmm.
light snow, just kind of gross. Like, so you could be out in it,
Can
but
you
it
call a
wasn't-
snow a drizzle?
It was kind of a drizzly snow, yeah, but not very wet. It was dry snow. Doesn't matter. I was just doing some work, and I needed.
Tell me more about the snow.
I'm not going to tell you more about the snow, but I needed to get up and move. I could feel myself starting to get stir crazy, and I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to order myself a salad. So I forced myself to go pick it up, and so I ordered a salad, and it was probably a mile-ish away that I had to walk to go get it. But I was like, okay, I'm going to suit up. Did not realize how gross it was out, but I got out and I was like, well, whatever, I'm suited up. I'm going to get my salad. I want it. And I knew that I just needed to like take a walk or
Right.
something. So I walked, and I was maybe halfway there, and I looked to my left. I'm just looking, because I'm going into the short north, and it's all these bars and restaurants and shops and stuff. So I'm just kind of looking in the windows. And I look in sort of the foyer, because it wasn't even, it was like almost like more of an entryway that led into the lobby of a big building, the building with Lincoln Social in it.
Okay.
And in the entryway, but behind the glass doors, is a full mariachi band.
What?
And it's all these guys, like, obviously kind of standing around waiting to mariachi, but they're like on their phones, and they honestly look like they'd rather be doing anything else.
So you think like a
And-
private event?
Well, yeah. So I assumed they were going up to the rooftop,
Right.
where there's a cool bar,
Yeah.
and they were just waiting for someone to let them
Somebody's
up or something.
quinceanera. Yeah.
Yeah. But they just, they're in there, they're
Full
fully
garb.
dressed. They have their instruments in their hands.
Yeah.
But they're looking like, oh my God, it's Sunday. What the fuck are we doing? It's disgusting out. We're standing in this doorway.
Which
like,
you
what are
associate mariachi with like warmth.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And so I just was like, oh my God, okay. Kept walking, picked up my salad, walked back, and the minute I hit the same intersection where the building was basically, I was kind of right there by Bakersfield and Forno, I crossed the street, and the mariachi band just comes out and is on the street, and they are playing,
Oh.
and they are singing, and all of a sudden these people walk out of Forno and they're videoing. So obviously they were waiting for whoever the recipient was to come out of this restaurant, and they were going to be on the sidewalk. Mind you, it's still snowing and blustery and disgusting, but God damn it, did they put a smile on their face?
Hell yeah.
And start playing and did their job. And then I got to enjoy it, which is really fun. But I was like, it was just such a good reminder to like, sometimes you just have to do your job. And if you can do it well and with a positive attitude, it's just going to make everything better.
Well, they created such a good memory.
They created such a good memory for all of us.
Yeah.
I'm sure for the probably birthday person,
but
also for me. And it's like, I don't know, they could have come out and just sort of been like, I don't know, a mariachi band is usually pretty good.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it was just a good, because I think because I had seen them looking just kind of low. And then, God damn it, did they come out and do their job? It was so fun. It was awesome.
No.
So maybe that's why I went in today, just like
you were
PMA,
powered up. You were
PMA.
Pure mariachi attitude.
I think just attitude, yeah. Pure
mariachi attitude. All right, PMA.
That's my new PMA.
Yeah, I like that.
It was fun. Yeah. So that's my.
No, it was great. No, you didn't tell me that. That's really fun.
I know. I was saving it.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Did you ever listen to Mariachi El Bronx?
I did. I saw him live.
Wait, what
saw
show?
them in Mexico.
Ah,
they played the One Big Holiday show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually saw them before I saw the Bronx.
Yeah.
So yeah, which I mean, how would you even describe them?
Which band?
I guess mariachi.
It's like, I mean, it's like if guys who were in like a post-hardcore punk band
play
mariachi music.
Yeah, it's really fun.
It's really good.
Very, very
but they do
cool.
it really good in a tasteful way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah. I remember that they were on the lineup and we had never heard of them. We were like, who are these guys? I think we looked them up before we went.
But they
so
put
we
on
did
the
have an
outfits
idea.
too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I guess that'd be a fun thing to have at a birthday, to surprise somebody with.
Oh, for sure.
I think it's only positive. It's only happy.
Yeah. You do it for like parts or like at different moments but it's the most uplifting and cheerful.
Have you ever had a surprise party? One thrown for you, or was it for anything, not necessarily just for a birthday?
Maybe, I can't even recall.
I think the only real surprise party I had was right before I moved to Dayton from Charleston.
So you were 11?
Yeah, and so we lived in this cul-de-sac. I think I've mentioned that before, and it was all families with kids our age. And one of the families had a condo in Kiowa, and so we, myself and the three girls who I was closest to, we were just going to go spend a little weekend there with Madison's mom. And I don't even really remember how they pulled it off, but we were all hanging out. It must have just been, maybe I was taking a shower or something, and I came out and they had totally surprised me with decorations.
Yeah.
And second one was a little bridal shower with your family in West Virginia.
You didn't know they were
I didn't
doing
know that was happening at all.
That was very cute.
No.
Yeah.
I think those are the two. Yeah, my family we're not big on surprises.
Yeah.
Because none of us can keep them.
Right.
We always want each other,
It's hard. That's what I feel like. I'm trying to rack my brain, and I'm like, I feel like people did throw me surprises, but I sort of knew.
Yeah. I would say those two were real surprises.
Yeah.
I walked upstairs and I was like, holy shit, what are we doing?
Yeah.
But, which it is a fun feeling.
It is.
But so often, I remember, I think in 5th grade, my friend Allie, all she wanted to do was go to this restaurant for her birthday. And the plan was that I was going to go with her family. We were going to go to this restaurant. She was so excited. But her mom was actually throwing a surprise party. So the restaurant was the ploy. And she was kind of upset that she didn't get to go to the restaurant. I think she had a fine time. And she's like, but wait, I thought I really wanted to go. I was really thinking about that. Or people are never in the outfit they want to be in.
Right.
Or.
Well, that's the big thing about proposals.
No, Jesus, yeah.
Don't surprise propose, because especially, typically the woman, or whomever wants to be in the right outfit.
Yeah.
Because Are you going to take photos of this
Oh,
moment?
yeah.
Are my nails done? Are you
hair
going to
good?
zoom in on the fucking ring? On my
Right.
hands, my gross,
Well,
dry, and cracked hands?
When
Like,
we got engaged, I remember my nails are never done. I've never had my nails done.
Guitar.
My nails will always look like shit,
Yeah.
and that is just something I'm gonna deal with. But I remember taking a picture, and I like just put my fingers up to my chin and curled my fingers, and so all
So
you could
you
see
see
was
the
the ring.
ring. It's cute.
And I was like, no one needs to see these nails.
Yeah.
They're
Well, they're
they're
very-
tiny and they're gross always. It's fine. I don't know. I have other things I spend money on.
right.
Not my nails, but I do appreciate a good nail job. Like I look at girls' nails
Yeah.
and I'm like, your hands look lovely.
Well, it's
They
become
really
also
do.
like more of an art for sure.
Oh yeah,
People are making real money doing it, which
real
is
money, and
crazy.
it's like I feel like a lot of people are, for a while, like all the designs were really
Right.
popular. Now just like a lovely shade of
Right.
something,
But really
is
clean,
really
like shaped
clean.
really nicely. Yeah.
Yeah. I just also don't like long nails.
Well, if you're not used to it,
Unless I sometimes let my thumbnails grow so I can peel my clementine.
that's funny.
Which, okay, I can't remember if we mentioned this. Maybe it was like back in the fall. I was driving, you were in the passenger seat, and I brought a clementine wherever we were going, and I asked you to peel it for me.
I had never peeled
And you
one.
had never peeled a clementine.
I feel like we talked about this before, but yeah.
That just blew my mind. I thought you were joking at first.
No.
And you were like, no, I've literally never done this. And I was like, I guess you don't eat them that often. If you do, it's because I give you a carpal.
Yeah.
Maybe you really have never peeled.
Yeah.
I was like, I bet you can figure it out.
Yeah, yeah. It's just so rare that there was a brief period where I was like into grapefruit,
Oh, funny. Which
but I would have
totally
sliced.
different. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And with oranges, we just never really had them around very often.
Yeah.
It was just not part of my life.
I feel like the clementines also, they've always been around, but
I
really
still like,
became popular.
and I just always
know.
sliced everything.
Yeah.
I wouldn't physically peel.
Yeah.
You know, I would slice it.
I
yeah.
feel like the clementines are way more popular now than
Yeah.
ever. And I feel like my family started doing it maybe when I was
But yeah,
like
I
in
was
high
like,
school or something.
I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah, that was so funny. I remember like looking at you and being like, what do you mean you
I figured it
don't know
out.
how to do this?
I was
That
like,
was really funny.
there's pretty much only one way to skin this cat.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta, but sometimes you do need a little nail
You need a little
to get it
nail,
going.
jab it in there, yeah.
And there is nothing more frustrating than a really, really thick peel that just like makes it hurt.
But there's also
do it.
like certain things. I've got wonky teeth,
Yeah,
so you know, like I will never bite into an apple.
yeah,
It would just be terrible.
Messy.
It would just be the worst.
yeah.
You know, so
We
a lot
all
of
find our
things.
things.
I've
I don't
just-
do my nails. You don't bite into apples. It's great.
I pretty much just slice everything.
Yeah, yeah. Slice and dice, slice and dice. How's your day?
It was great.
Yeah?
I've had a solid few days. Since we've gotten back from DC, it's been like a
Kinda normal.
sprint. Well,
Well,
for me,
yeah.
it's felt like just can't even keep up. Just
Yeah.
like from 6 a.m. when I get up until
I mean, it's full
the end of
days
the day,
for
every
sure.
single day.
Yeah. Which,
Yeah.
oh my God, there is no better feeling than getting in bed after a full day.
oh yeah,
There's like a genuinely good, nice.
well, we've
full
talked
day,
about it
just
before. Like we
rest-
tend
yeah.
to sleep pretty well, and I think a lot of that is that we wear
Exhaust
ourselves the fuck
yourself.
out.
Exhaust
like we
yourself.
go as hard as possible every day.
Yeah, but it's great.
I
my
wouldn't know
God.
how else to be. So,
The Olympics are over.
but at least we're gonna go root on Team USA next week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The U.S.
Women's.
women's national soccer team
That's right.
is coming to Columbus.
That's right. I don't even know who they're playing.
I don't either, but I'm really excited.
Yeah.
That is nice that it's really on the heels of the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Oh,
get to
fuck yeah.
I mean, Columbus, it's a soccer town for
It is,
sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna host some of the 28 Olympics
Mm-hmm.
as well, which will be fun. So just yeah, I'm glad that I have the USA sweatshirt
Yeah.
and I get multiple excuses to rock it. Yeah.
Thank you, Jeff and Sandy.
Thank you, Jeff and Sandy. But yeah.
So good. Yeah.
No, the Olympics, bittersweet because USA did very well, the most golds they've ever won
I know, that's so cool. I think in Winter Games.
in Winter Games.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the U.S. men's hockey winning was wild,
Yeah.
and
Well, also just cool that the men and the women
both
crushed Canada.
won, which is
it was so cool.
insane. But it really felt like a moment where people came together as well.
Yeah.
Like
The
everybody.
fact that everybody was commenting on it.
Oh, and there were so
Made
many
you-
amazing
And
like
also, it
photos
was like it was one of the last things of the 2 weeks. So I'm sure it would have had a similar effect had it happened, day 4. But the fact that it was the last day, so
Yeah.
we've been feeling, pride in our country.
Well, and it was building up
and
to this.
building up to
Yeah.
it, and it was
In overtime. Yeah. No, it was pretty much
the perfect story.
as perfect as possible.
Yeah. Wait, the men's was overtime too?
Yeah. It was crazy.
They both. Oh fuck!
I know.
I
They
only
both
thought the
won in
women's
overtime.
was.
No,
Would you look at that?
I know.
So cool. Also, I mean, you tattoo an Olympian, which is fun.
I do. I thought you were talking. Yes, I tattoo a guy who won silver
yeah.
in 92.
Swimming, right?
Well, I don't know what year, but early 90s. Yep.
Yeah. Just an amazing thing to say. That
Yeah.
One year an Olympian. Well, that was a fun thing watching the opening ceremony. I was like, all these people just get to say they're Olympians, regardless
of
of
they
the
win or
outcome.
not,
Like,
yeah.
this is amazing.
I thought you were going to mention there was a kid I tattooed a few years ago who was on the USA volleyball team, men's.
Oh, yeah.
But he was not playing. He was only like 19 at the time.
Yeah.
So hopefully
Maybe
28 might see it. Yeah. He has like a half sleeve.
It
So.
would be very cool to experience the Olympics in person, but I feel like it's, when you go to an NFL game or most sporting events,
You can't get all the angles.
you
and,
don't, you almost want to go to something that's a sport you don't care about.
Right.
Just go and be in the space and feel the vibes, but not really care about what's going on in front of you because it's going to be hard to see.
Right.
Or,
I
mean, some
understand.
of these you can get much closer
Well, it's
than
like,
others, but
I really want to go to an F1 event, but I'm like, well, you're at like one turn.
exactly.
And then,
exactly.
So every 2 minutes, you
Yeah,
see
you
a
see,
car.
okay, cool, doing the same thing in that same turn.
Yeah, whereas like when you're watching at home,
You're seeing all of it.
Oh, and it's
but
so
what you're not
exciting.
seeing is just the energy and
Right,
everything
right.
else that's
The
going
partying
on.
going on.
And so, although I would 100% go to LA and go to the cross country course
yeah.
for the equestrian. That'd be pretty fucking epic.
All right, well,
and
let's-
stadium jumping,
let's go.
obviously. Dressage is wonderful, but a little boring.
Yeah.
It's also one of the hardest things you
If
can
we're
do.
going out there, we got to do a whole bunch of shit.
I know, I haven't been to California in a long time.
All right, 28, let's go.
Let's go. It's coming up.
I know. And well, and that shit sells out so fast.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. You almost want to go like invited by somebody. Like,
Right.
Find a way for them to get you the tickets, get you the ends. So what's going to be our?
We're going to write the song.
I think we've got to write the Olympic song for LA 28.
Yeah. All right, let's get on it.
All right. So, well, Matt. Okay, you're running for president, and we're going to the Olympics in 2028.
Kind of makes sense, actually.
Oh shit! This probably makes sense.
It probably makes
You're gonna
sense.
shake so many hands.
It's the lead up to the election.
You'll be 42.
Shake a hand, kiss a baby right now. Yeah, totally.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, should probably get on that.
You could also compete.
I'll have to work towards. I gotta find a horse.
All right.
Gotta
We'll
find
buy
a
a horse.
I
This
did have
also-
I did have a fun pony day on Saturday.
This seems reasonable. Yeah, we
I
can do
think
all
this
this.
all
This makes sense.
makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense. I just think it's really tapping into all of our strengths.
Correct.
I think it's just gonna make us focus. We will
Right.
Not procrastinate.
You set a lofty goal.
Can't procrastinate.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was pretty inspired. I went to the World Equestrian Center on
Sounds
Saturday.
impressive, yeah.
It is. It's in Wilmington, Ohio.
It actually is very, very
Fucking
impressive.
crazy though.
If people have not seen the World Equestrian Center, how many indoor arenas? 5? 1, 2, 3.
Well, I mean, there's 4 main rings, but then there's like schooling rings and lunging rings. And actually they were using one of the lunging rings as like the crossrails ring. And that's just the Wilmington one. The Ocala one is like an entire town.
Well,
It's crazy.
I mean, the one in Ohio is also town-like, but just the scale.
Yeah, it's
When people think about like these rings, they're football fields.
Oh, they're huge.
So it's like,
yeah.
but they're all indoor.
Yeah.
let alone all the outdoor ones, 500 stalls. It's like,
I wouldn't even know where to begin.
I feel like we
so
looked it
many.
up before. It's like roughly 500. And this is all indoors and all connected
There's
with
gotta be
tunnels.
more. Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, it's just the scale of it is so
Well,
impressive.
the funniest thing, I'm not going to get the dates right, but, and I think it's Robbie Roberts of R&L Trucking.
Right, who started it.
Who started it. And started it in Wilmington. I always thought the Ocala one was the original.
I think most people do, yeah.
The Wilmington one was the original. Started out with basically one barn and one outdoor ring.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker is like, I'm calling it the World Equestrian Center.
Right.
Talk about manifesting.
For sure.
My God. And now there are international riders that make it, they're not, they make sure that they compete, not at Wilmington, unfortunately, but at Ocala.
No, I mean, it's
At least a few times a year.
It's as
if
big as it
not.
gets.
Yeah. Wellington was always sort of the winter horse capital for at least America, but also has a lot of international riders. And now it's like you do Wellington or you do WEC.
Yeah,
Ocala.
it's very impressive.
And they are, I'm sure some people would argue that Wellington is still bigger, especially they have the Winter Equestrian Festival, and that probably does get a few more riders, maybe. But I really think that WEC is right up there with them,
Yeah.
and just as amazing prize money.
Right.
And
When you're there, even at the Wilmington one, it feels like it's very legit. This feels like it's very high level, at
Yeah.
a professional level.
Oh yeah.
That real riders would compete here.
Until you learn that the entire horse show world is just a giant clusterfuck.
It's kind of some kayfabe.
It's the most organized chaos-ish you can imagine.
But it's like all these things, I was saying hurry up and wait earlier, which just like playing live music.
Yeah.
Where you show up and nobody really knows what's going on, and you
Yeah.
get to the venue and it's like, what band are you? Or,
Yeah,
and you're like,
yeah.
we're playing tonight at 5. It's like, well, sound guy's not going to be here till 7.
Yeah.
And you're
It's like, well, I frantically got here because you told me load-in
load-in
was
was
at 4:30 and all this
And
stuff.
so the horse show stuff feels so similar.
But it's the opposite. It's wait, and then, oh my God, what are you doing? It's fucking time. You're about to be in the ring. You still need
Nobody
to school.
knows,
Blah,
yeah.
blah, blah.
And I know whenever I go-
it's the wait and hurry up.
Yeah, whenever I go to the horse shows, I'm always like, I'll ask a question like, okay, so what time are people going? And
And people just stare at you.
nobody they're like,
Nobody knows.
They're like, why would you even ask that?
It-
Nobody
It
knows.
could be in 10 minutes. It could be in an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And you should be okay with that. Basically, just expect to spend the entire day there. No, I feel like they're getting a little bit better because they're really trying to stick with like
Well,
start
it's always
time
hard
for
when
the
people want to
rings.
come see you.
Oh yeah, well you literally just, so that's why I wanted to go see some girls at my barn ride, and I was like, I looked at the schedule and I knew I was gonna miss one of the riders, Mia, because she was riding at 8:30 a.m. and I was like, Mia, I love you, but I'm not driving to Wilmington to get there by 8:30. But I knew if I got there by like 10:30, it would kind of start everybody else's riding, and so you can see around what time each class will start, and then the funny thing is like that there's so many riders in that class, and they when a rider goes in, they call it a trip. And so you think, okay, this rider's going in, and I'll just use the jumper ring for example because it makes a little more sense. But it's like, all right, it takes most riders between 1 and 2 minutes to get through a trip. So there's 14 riders in the class. You're looking at
28.
30 minutes or so for the entire class to go. Your rider is going 11th. Give yourself about 22 minutes.
Yeah.
But you know what happens? People fall off.
Right.
They have to reset jumps. They have to do. So that's why it's just like there's so many factors. But we stayed for the Grand Prix, and the winner was this man. And unbeknownst to me until I was there, he had won the past 3 weeks. So he ultimately won 4 weeks in a row. Has to be 64 years old.
Oh, okay.
Or he looks very weathered.
Yes.
But it's so cool because you're like, okay, I think as long as you keep your body in shape,
You can do this.
you really can do this
Absolutely.
sport for a long
Yep.
time. And I don't know, LA 28. I guess I have a lot to work towards, but I will probably never be a Grand Prix rider, but I can still ride.
Yeah.
I can still do.
Well, I think like a lot of things, it's if you keep doing it, it's going to benefit you in all aspects of your life. It keeps you
Absolutely.
active. It keeps you
Absolutely.
like you have to focus. You have
I
to
mean,
learn
I've said
new
it
things.
so many times, but I mean, there's a reason that horses are used for therapy, and it is 100% my therapy.
Yeah.
I will come home a happier person after being at the barn. So I guess just have to get like 14 horses.
Well, I don't know about 14, but I think that it'll. I envision it being a part of your life, indefinitely.
Our life.
Our life for sure.
You're gonna be like the dad that doesn't want the dog, but then you're the one like
I already
outside
do. I enjoy
with the umbrella over the dog while it takes a
Yeah.
shit.
I enjoy the
No,
barn
you're
very much.
You're very safe
Yeah.
with the horses, and you've gotten a lot more comfortable around them.
Absolutely. No, 100%.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bob, thank you for introducing me to the equestrian life.
Well, I remember when we first started dating, and I was.
You were not riding.
Yeah, I think it was like the 1 year that I didn't ride
So I had no
for some
idea.
reason. And then I was like, I think I'm gonna get back into horseback riding, and you were like, okay, whatever.
I had no idea what it was like.
And everyone tells you, oh, horse is expensive. And I was just riding once a week on a lesson horse. So
Right.
no, it's not that expensive. And you're like, this isn't bad. Why do people always talk about it like that?
Then it slowly increased.
And then it increases.
Yeah.
And then it increases. And then when you're like fully in it, you're like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
This is a mortgage.
It,
And then some.
It is, yeah.
And then some. But it's the best. It's the best. I do encourage anyone, especially with a kid who really it doesn't matter what the kid's like at all. If you can reasonably afford it, I think it's one of the best things you can do.
Well,
For your
for
kid.
kids, there's a lot that you learn. You know, a dog is one thing, but the responsibility of a horse.
Yeah,
is
and there
really
are
intense.
cheap ways to do riding.
Absolutely.
You know, make sure you're going to a place that's reputable.
But I just mean-
but you don't have to own a horse. You
I'm
don't
a big
have to
fan
show.
of,
you can still get the benefits.
I'm a big fan of process. I'm a big fan of ritual. And so, like, with tacking up a horse,
Mm-hmm.
getting it ready, grooming the horse, you know, taking care of all of your tack, the saddles, the bridle, like taking care of these things. There's so many good skills that you learn, you know, and the amount of responsibility that for a young person, it's immensely beneficial.
Yeah.
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 And then it becomes, as an adult, very zen.
Oh yeah.
It's like you're tending your garden, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
there's the ritual of it has a different aspect when you're an adult.
I love having to put like little ointments on the horses and like grooming obviously, but you know there's you can buy a million things for your horse,
Mm-hmm.
but like sore no more, and there's like little hair regrowth serums if they have a little
Mm-hmm.
spur. I don't know, I love the act of like making sure like I'm gonna do this for you so that you're happy and healthy.
I think,
Maybe that's the maternal instinct in me.
No, but
I
it
don't
is
have
like-
kids, but
but it is when people with their plants,
Yeah.
or people with anything where you are like, you care about it, but also there's something really rewarding about like finding the problem, solving
Yeah.
it, you know, fixing it, and then seeing the results of it. And you did that with your hands, you know.
Yeah.
And because it's a living creature,
it's
like,
even more.
It's
of
even
a
more,
reward,
and
yeah.
like you imagine there's gratitude. It's a fucking horse,
I
but
know.
you imagine that it appreciates it, and so you feel an extra sense of reward.
Yeah. It's the best.
It's the best. I'm so glad you do it. I encourage it,
Thank you.
of course. Well, I guess what do we got? We got a show this weekend.
Totally.
Excited for that.
Rock and roll.
Any-
It's like finally we're playing on a fucking Saturday.
Playing a Saturday.
We
Probably
played on
gonna be a good
Tuesdays
one.
and Wednesdays and Thursdays and Mondays and Sundays.
Anything else fun going on?
Well, then the following week going to Chicago.
Oh yeah, we'll pod before that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like show, Chicago
Chicago show.
show. And then I'm going down for Charlie's first birthday.
So nephew, first birthday.
And then, yeah, then just, honestly, I don't know if anything's happening in April
I'm sure.
yet. Exactly. But no, I think the biggest thing this week is lots of rock and roll. Very excited for that.
Yeah, we got
Playing with
yep.
two very cool bands. And just kind of normal stuff. I mean, the weather's still so shitty that, like, I feel like social life is kind of quiet right now, which is fine.
I think Saturday for the show it's going to be nice.
Good. Fantastic, because I
think-
wear a skirt.
Yeah, I think like 50s.
Awesome. I love to hear that. So people will be in bathing suits.
Well, it's Ohio.
did.
That's what happens.
There was a day, I think it was like maybe 45, but it was sunny.
Did you hear a motorcycle?
No, I was in
Oh.
Costco, and I think I was actually in riding clothes, so I had breeches on, but I had like long sleeve shirt, sweatshirt, vest, jacket. I'm still like hat.
Yeah.
Probably had gloves. I was in Costco. This woman is in a tennis skirt and a tank top.
Hilarious.
And I was sort of like, even if you just got
Came
done
from
playing tennis, it's not that warm.
Yeah, yeah.
You might be warm for the amount of time it takes to get from the tennis court to your car. It was just funny. I mean, she was feeling it.
But that's
Good for
Ohio.
her.
That's what people do.
It's oh my god.
Your mindset.
I know.
45 in February feels like, 80.
80. Yeah.
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 But then in November, it feels like it's sub-zero.
Oh yeah.
It's just your mindset. You've adjusted to the temperature. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I do love the meme where it's like, I didn't really believe in seasonal depression, but God damn it, when it's 47 and sunny on February 9th and you feel like you're walking through heaven or something,
yeah.
I was like,
Very accurate.
you know what? Yeah, it's a thing. But I'm excited.
Well, you want to land the plane?
Land the plane. I think we're good. I think it's time to chill.
Well, I can't wait to rock with you. And
Same.
I'm sure we'll recap the show.
Dun, 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 dun.
Is it old time rock and roll?
Dun, 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 dun. Yep, it is.
Okay.
That's how.
We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, that's the theme song for my week this week.
Oh, okay. All right. I like that.
Take those old records out.
Okay.